Yo guys, what's going on? Buzz checking back at another video. Sorry for the late upload today. Unfortunately, I have been having some major problems with my ISP. My connection has been terribly slow, which you would think with recording this wouldn't be much of an issue since I don't stream yet. But the main issue was that TCGO was just taking so long to load. Like, I'd be playing a game, I tried to record a game actually, and it would take like 10 seconds for TCGO to register what I did, and it was really hard to just play. So and I also was starting to make mistakes, and actually I even lost a turn because it took so long for TCGO just didn't recognize my didn't register my move in time for the timeout. So I waited a little while. I've been playing for about an hour now. It seems like it's took care of itself. Comcast looks like they're having some problems. But we are going to be looking at Sam Chen's third place deck from the North American Intercontinental Championship. We have, it's a Drampa Garb list. He's got some not unusual choices, but I think interesting choices that I think were very good options for the field that he was probably expecting. So we got the start of the deck. We got Mr. Drampa GX here. 180 HP basic, weak to fighting, and a retreat cost of 2. Everyone knows what Drampa is. It's a very powerful card in the format right now. Righteous Edge, really good attack for single energy, doing 20 damage and discarding a special energy for opponent's active Pokemon. Well, how many decks rely on DCE in the current format? It's a really good single energy attack. And then Berserk, doing 80 damage for 3 energy, but if you have damaged Pokemon on your bench, it'll do 150. 180 with the Choice Band, really good numbers to hit. And we do some things to make that damage easier to get onto your bench. Next up, we have one copy of Tapu Koko Promo. If you're playing DCE in your deck, you have no real reason not to play this card. It's 110 HP basic Pokemon, non-GX, so it's a single price attacker. Has a fighting type weakness, but fighting types have really not seen any relevance in the format as of late. Metal resistance, so not really relevant either, because most metal decks that are in the format right now are hitting for really high numbers. But the main thing is, as a retreat, 0 retreat, which lets you, you can just put this as your active when something gets knocked out, and you have a free retreat into whatever you want to use to attack. So you don't know what exactly you want to promote. You can just promote the Koko for free, and then retreat for free as well. But the really nice thing is Flying Flip does 20 damage to all your opponent's Pokemon, so you can just spread some damage that way. Really good card, especially if you were playing DCE. If you were playing DCE, you have no reason not to play at least one. Getting to the first of one of these tech cards that I've seen in this list versus other lists is a Mewtwo from Evolutions. The reason why I would see this card is that this deck doesn't have the best matchup against Espeon Garb. I've talked to a lot of different people, and some people say Espeon Garb is favored, and a lot of people say Drampa Garb's favored. I can't seem to get a clear consensus of which is favored. But the nice thing about Evolutions Mewtwo is that for a double card, so it does 20 damage, plus 20 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So if your opponent has Espeon GX up, it's going to do 80 damage base, but hits for weakness, so it does 160. Combine that with a Choice Band, and you're going to be knocking on an Espeon GX for just a DCE, because the Choice Band will make it do 110 times 2 for weakness, 220. And even if most times you might not even need the Choice Band, because chances are they'll have some damage on them. Which if it has 40 damage or more, Psychic will knock it out. So really nice tech conclusion there. One Oricorio for the Vespiquen matchup, of course. Pretty much everyone's playing this just to counter Vespiquen. Vespiquen's always been one of those decks you always have to keep in the back of your mind, just because it's such adaptable deck to any format. 3 Tapu Lele GX for the Wonder Tag ability. As well as the energy drive attack being really good. We do play DCE, so it's a natural fit. Also, we do play Psychic Energy, so Tapu Cure GX sometimes does come into play. I have yet to use it, but I can see situations. I have seen some situations where I have almost done it. 4 Trubbish, and then we have 3 Trashlands Garbodors. This is your closer, if you will. Trashlands doing 20 damage for each item card in your opponent's discard pile. Really powerful attack, punishes your opponent for playing items. The longer the game goes on, the more items they will be playing. Most people will try to conserve their items, but the longer the game goes on, the more times they just have to play those items, especially if you're putting on pressure. So the more pressure you're on, the more pressure that you put on, the higher chance that they will be using those item cards to help them get out of deal with your Drampa, or deal with your Lele's, and then you can close out the game with Garbodor. One copy of Garbotoxin Garbodor to deal with pesky pesky ability-based decks. Things like Greninja, Metagross, Bulu Vikavolt. Just shutting down your opponent's abilities too is really good too. Also really good against the Decidueye Bloom. 2 copies of Field Blower to get rid of our opponent's tools and stadiums. Tools don't count as item cards, so you can sometimes force an extra 2 or 3 item cards a game in with the Field Blower. It's really nice because it ups your Garbodor's damage. 2 copies of Ice Stretcher to get back our Pokemon. 4 Ultra Ball because it's Ultra Ball. 4 VS Seeker because it's VS Seeker. 2 copies of Team Mammoth Secret Base. Now this is going to be an activator for our Drampa. Puts 2 damage counters when either us or our opponent benches a Pokemon. Activates our Drampa so that way we can hit for full numbers with that Berserk. 1 copy of Bridget to grab our Trubishes, our Koko, or any of our Pokemon basically, except for our Garbodors. We have to evolve our Garbodors, but everything else in our deck is a basic, so we can grab it. 1 copy of Hex Maniac to shut down our opponent's abilities. It's really good against Metagross to shut down their abilities. Lets them not be able to attack. Because once they attack, they have to retreat and then reattach. But if you time your Hex Maniac correctly, you will shut them down. As well as against Vikavolt Bulu, if they need Nature's Judgment for full damage, you can Hex Maniac, letting them not being able to reattach energy with strong charge. 2 copies of Lysander, 4 N, 1 Kukui, 3 Sycamore, pretty standard supporter lineup there. 1 copy of Teammates. You do have some low HP Pokemon, so sometimes you will want the Lele or VS Seeker for Teammates to grab 2 cards that you need. 3 copies of Choice Band to hit higher numbers. 3 Float Stones. The 3 Float Stones related to make sure we can keep our Garbodor down, as well as make sure nothing gets stranded in the active that we don't want there. Then 4 DCE and 7 Psychic Energy. So let's go ahead and get some games in on here on the ladder with Sam Chen's deck and see what we can get going. So it looks like we're against the Psychic Colors and Water deck. Could be Ninetales without Koko, but then again, without Koko. Could be maybe a Lapras variant. Possibly maybe even a Greninja variant too. I've seen some Greninja players drop the Talonflame line. Okay. I don't know what this guy's playing actually. Max Elixir and Heavy Ball kind of threw me off there. Oh, okay. This is gonna be fun. Alright. Toxapex, Toxapex. Alright. This should be fun. Okay, but he's gonna have 3 mulligans. This is not good for him. But he's going first, so he can end us out. Alright, so it looks like our opponent finally gets a basic. We will take all the extra cards. We're not going to bench the Lele. We're going to keep the Lele because we kind of going to want to bridge it. So he starts off from Marini, which is probably what he wants. Looks like he's going to Lele, maybe for a Bridget. He grabs the Skyla. Interesting. I wonder what he's going to grab. Grabs a Max Elixir. So if he's playing Max Elixir, our Trash Lance Garbodor is going to come into effect here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's playing the Max Potion build where he uses just relies on flips and then uses Victini, kind of similar to my Test Your Luck build I did a little while ago. We got Bridget here. Let's see what else is prized. Looks like we have Teammates is prized. Looks like, wow, we have 2 Trebushes prized, 1 Trash Lance. Nope, Trash Lance Garbodor is there. We have our Koko. Our Koko's not prized. What are we missing here? Oh well, figure it out later. We have Field Blower in our hand. We have VS Seeker. 1 Psychic Energy is prized. Looks like 1 Floatstone is prized. No. Oh well, we're gonna go ahead and take this Bridget. Go ahead here and Bridget for a Trubbish. The Mewtwo actually might be useful this game, so we'll go ahead and take that. Maybe we leave the Trubbish in here. Actually, no, we take the Trubbish, and we take the Koko. We can take this Float Stone here. And then let's retreat into our Koko. Depending upon what our opponent does, and depending on what attacker I streamline, whether I go for the Garbodor or I go for the Mewtwo, or maybe even the Koko. The Mewtwo could come into effect here because of the fact that he is playing Toxapex, which will has weakness to Psychic. So if he puts too much energy on, is not careful, we could take a knockout with the Mewtwo. 210 HP, so we have to get, you know, what? He has to have 3 energy. We have 3 energy. He has a 3 energy on Choice Band on here. Or we just do some damage with the Koko. We're probably gonna evolve our Trubbish in the N. How many item cards does our opponent played now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're currently doing 100. We currently actually have enough damage. If he plays, yep, there we go. We're gonna be taking knockdown this Toxapex with our Garbodor. Not even gonna worry about what he does here. He probably will take the knockout. Yep, nope. Actually, he's short. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead here, evolve our Garbodor. Evolve our Garbodor, put the energy onto it, and then Trash Lance for the knockout. The weakness really did help there. We get our Trubbish and the teammates. Our hand is pretty horrible though. We have a bunch of supporters in our hand. I mean, we have N though. We're just gonna keep taking knockouts though on to his Pokemon, except for that Lele, which he just concedes anyway. Can't just see what our opponent's approach here. Looks like Toxapex Garb. I don't like how many items though that he's playing though. There's a lot of items. Wait, why is the Ranger in here actually? Not sure why he's playing a Ranger, to be completely honest. But anyways, let's go ahead and get a couple. See if we can get another good game in here. Our opponent played way too many items in his deck. In those first few turns, we end up hitting it for weakness, which has been the primary issue of why I think Toxapex hasn't seen any kind of play at all, other than, you know, me. But yeah, I think though maybe Toxapex could see some play, maybe as a little fun deck after rotation, because of the fact that we lose a lot of items that are really popular right now. And that means if people are playing less items and heavier supporter accounts, that Garbodor is going to be seeing a little bit less play. Looks like we're playing against some kind of Zoroark deck. I don't really want to play anything. Let's just go ahead. Actually, I'm going to bench the Oricorio just so we don't get donked by some weird, unfortunate circumstances. I don't really see a way we can get donked. But you know, you never know. You know, he could just drop down, you know, yeah, there's not really a way, oh well. But Oricorio is not a bad thing to sit on our bench. I didn't catch what typing is, so it could be Vespiquen Zoroark. Looks like our opponent is going to Ultra Ball. Altar of the Moon does not really... tells me this is not Drampa Zoroark. Looks like he's going to grab a Lele, probably for a Bridget, or maybe even an N, depending upon what he has available to him. Looks like he's going to Bridget. This definitely looks a little bit more like Drampa Zoroark, or some kind of weird list, maybe something similar to Lone Asian's list. Looks like he can drop the float stone, instruct. I don't want a Garbotoxin Garb right now, just because we got a chance to play Aura and Lele's. But our hand is just horrible. This hand is just, oh my god. I guess we evolve into Garbotoxin Garb. Garbo Trashlands Garb. And just pass. We need some kind of supporter. Like, as much as I don't want to see a Sycamore right now, I think we would have to take it. Because our opponent hasn't played, as only has 2 items in discard. So we're not even doing damage with Trashlands Garb. We do get an Ultra Ball, which is nice. I want to keep the Garbotoxin Garb, but we have a Rescue Stretcher, so I feel like we could ditch it. And we could ditch this VS Seeker as well. Looks like we have 1 Trubbish prized, 1 Drampa, 1 Ultra Ball. We discard the VS Seeker. Looks like we have 1 end prize, 2 Sycamores. No, 1 Sycamore. We're gonna play. Okay. Looks like we're gonna grab a Lele here. Actually, we're gonna grab a Drampa. Because we had the DCE in hand. No, actually, we should grab Lele and then bridge it. That's what we should do. So we're gonna go ahead here in Lele. Grabbing the Bridget. I want the Drampa, but this is the more efficient move here, is to grab all these Pokemon out of our deck. Unfortunately though, this does not leave us really with a play after this. So hopefully we can put this Drampa can put in some work. Unfortunately, I'm playing right into Zoroark by doing this, which really sucks. I'm not sure how much the Kokos can come into play here. He's playing Umbreon, so I don't want to really rely on some of these attackers. We're going to go ahead here and do this in Righteous Edge to get rid of our opponent's DCE. If our opponent doesn't attach another DCE to this Tapu Lele next turn, I might just go for a big wheel if we don't get anything off of these, off this next draw here. Our opponent looks like he's going to end us though, so that's nice. Give us a fresh hand. There's nothing we're going to do with this hand anyway. Looks like we get a Psychic Energy, which is nice. We do have Drampa activated this way. Looks like he's going to Ultra Ball though for Zoroark. Zoroark is going to be hitting us for 160 damage. If he has the Choice Band in hand, he is going to be hurting for a lot. After that, looks like we're gonna have to 1, 2, 3. He only has 3 item cards in discard, which is not enough for error. I could just Ultra Ball for another Drampa. Let's go ahead here and promote this Garbodor because it has the Float Stone down on it. The Choice Band is nice, but not quite what we need. We have a Red Stretcher in hand, so I feel like we could discard a Lele. And the Float Stone here. Oh wait, we don't have Drampa. That was a stupid idea. So we're gonna have to Rescue Stretcher our Drampa back. So that's right, the other one was prized. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves this Drampa. I should have Rescue Stretchered everything back into our deck first, and then it doesn't matter actually. I wouldn't be able to use Righteous Edge anyway, so I guess it didn't matter which energy I attach this way. This is going to force him to have another DCE in hand. We've gotten rid of 2 of his DCEs already. But it's possible, very possible, that he does have another DCE in hand. Looks like he's going to put the Choice Band down on his Umbreon. Umbreon's maximum damage he can do is 120. If we put a Choice Band down on our Drampa, we're not taking a knockout on anything, really. This Zoroark, though, is he going to evolve into Foul Play? Nope, looks like he's going to Field Blower off our Floatstone. Looks like he's trying to dig for that DCE. Actually, he doesn't even, it looks like he's digging for the Zoroark break. Definitely digging for that Zoroark break. If he gets that Zoroark break, he can take a knockout with using our own Berserk against us. And there he goes. He did get it, which is rather unfortunate now, because even now he only has 1, 2, 3, 4 item cards in discard. Taking that Berserk knockout right there is really unfortunate for us. In this case, I think I'm gonna have to promote Lele. Lele could only hit for 60 if I attach the DCE. Whereas 1, 2, 3, 4. Garbodor would only be hitting for 60, so either way it's the same outcome. I would rather put the Lele up because I can actually attack with it now and not have to rely on hitting a Psychic Energy, which we didn't even hit. This game is looking very grim right now. Mind Jack he can't currently Mind Jack, but when he can Mind Jack, it's going to be doing 30, 60, 90, 120, 130, 130, 160, 160 damage, so he is very close to a knockout on this Lele. But we're just going to go ahead here and take some damage onto this Zoroark break and try to knock it out on our next turn. But he's got the other Zoroark break ready to go now. But no energy on that one. This matchup is kind of tricky just because he resists us, while also Zoroark break tends not to play. Zoroark decks tend not to play a whole lot of item cards anyway, and they're able to really control what items they play. Looks like he is going to Hex Maniac, probably because he doesn't have anything else to play. He's going to Foul Play. He's only going to be hitting us for 90, though. Let's see. He probably is going to promote this Umbreon, which will be doing... If he gets the other... He could take the knockout if he has the DCE in hand. But we don't really have another play. I'm not going to attach DCE just in case he does not have the DCE. That way, in case he, like, let's say he has a Dark Energy, he can Dark Call, which is not really a big of an issue. But he's going to be hitting us for 60 damage. Oh, wait, he has the knockout. Never mind. He has the Choice Band down. Well played, sir. Didn't even need the DCE because he would be hitting us for 60 with the Choice Band. I didn't see the Choice Band there. That was kind of a rough matchup. Zoroark is definitely one of those decks that everyone says is one of the best decks. Is a contender for best deck in format before Burning Shadows comes out, before our Worlds format. Looks like we're going against another Zoroark deck again. Maybe today was the day I should have played Passimian. Alright, looks like we are going to start off with a Drampa, which is not horrible, but not great. We're going to have to Ultra Ball for a Lele and then into a Bridget. Oh, Turbo Dark, okay. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Turbo Dark doesn't plays items, but not nearly as many as you would expect. They play 15 energy though. Looks like he's going to drop the energy into his discard pile to make a Veltal's Oblivion Wing start doing damage. If he's a good Turbo Dark player, he won't load up one Pokemon with too much energy that can serve his damage. But they do play EXP shares, so the Field Blower is going to be important. He's gonna set up for 5 though. He's gonna end us down. We did get the Bridget though. Oh, we got Coco promo, but we have no energy though, which really does suck. Let's go ahead and bridge it to figure out what our prizes are. Looks like we have 1 guard prized. Looks like 1 sycamore prized. 1 floatstone, 1 psychic. What are other prizes? 1 Lele. No, we have the Lele with the Trubbish. Nothing Pokemon wise is prized. What am I missing here? Oh, 2 1-ofs. Oh, Kukui's prize. Okay. Alright, not the worst prizes ever. Let's go ahead and grab these 2 Trubbishes. And a Drampa. No, we have the Drampa, so. Oh well. Take it. I would really like an energy. Next turn we'll apply the Lele for an N to get the energy down onto our Drampa. Alter the Moon. He's gonna end for us, so that's nice. How many item cards do you currently have in his discard pile? He currently has 4. But also, Darkrai does most Dark Pokemon have a Psychic Resistance as well. But we do get DCE and a Psychic Energy. Ow. He's probably gonna drop the energy right here. Yep. Let's go ahead here and bring out the energy there. And then let's N. We do get the Fuel Blower, but I want to hold that for the EXP shares. Don't want to waste it on a Fighting Fury Belt and an Ultras of the Moon. I want to wait. I want to hit at least one of the EXP shares. Let's just go ahead and Righteous Edge for 20. We kind of need to hit our Team Magma Secret Base in order to activate our Drampa. Once we activate our Drampa, we hit a Choice Band. We'll be doing some serious damage here. Looks like he's gonna try to go for a 20, 40. He's doing a lot of damage here. Doing 140. Holy crap. How much item cards do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 still. This is rather unfortunate. I can make it 5, which is still only 80 damage. Let's go ahead and promote the Trubbish. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. We can teammates though, actually. Go ahead here and pull up our Team Magma Secret Base. That'll give us the activation on Drampa. And then I guess we can use Garbodor to soften up his bench a little bit. Or soften him up a little bit. Or actually we could even go for a Coco here. I mean not a Coco, a DCE. And we can start using Coco to soften up his bench. So we're gonna go ahead here, play the Magma Base. We need to activate. We're gonna play this down to activate our Drampa, and then we're gonna Ultra Ball away. Rescue Stretcher and the Psychic Energy. I want the end for next turn. I still want to hold the Field Blower for. Oh wait, I should have grabbed the Floatstone, not the fucking DC. That was a misplay. But he will probably knock out this Trubbish anyway, so I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. but it's going to put us down a lot of prizes with that error. I should have grabbed the float stone, not the DCE. Should have just kept the DCE on our, put the DCE on a Dramp. Actually, I should have grabbed the guard maybe. I don't know. He got rolling really quick. The Field Blower now is starting to look more appealing to put more item cards in his discard pile. Let's go ahead here and get rid of his Fighting Fury Belts, putting him up to a higher item count. Putting him up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means we're hitting for 120 with Trash Lance Garb. Still not hitting anything useful that I would like to see, but the Psychic Energy does help a little bit. And then we're just gonna go ahead and Flying Flip here. Trying to get him down to, trying to get most of his Pokemon down to 150. I would expect the EXP shares to come down now that he's seen the one Field Blower. If he was playing around Field Blower, he'd probably now start looking to place down his EXP shares, so that way he probably doesn't expect us to play 2. Most people have cut down their list down to only playing 1 Field Blower, so this might be a good opportunity for us to get some more item cards in discard pile while also trying to slow down his damage. It looks like another Max Elixir is going to come down. Splitting up his energy, really smart move on his part. Probably going to Lysander out our... Ooh, decides to go for a Trubbish. Trying to prevent us... he realizes now that he has a lot of item cards in his discard pile, so he's trying to make sure that Trubbish does not come down. I mean, that Garbodor. We're going to go ahead here, promote the Koko. I really don't want a Sycamore, so oh, we can end, though. Or we can Teammates, actually. We can Teammates. We're going to go ahead here, grab ourselves a DCE, of course, and as well as a Choice Band. This Drampa right here is going to be our last stand, it looks like. This Darkrai is going to be hitting for 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. Which is really unfortunate, which means he's only 1 energy away from knocking out this Drampa. Oh my god. I mean, I got the knockout. How much energy does he have in play? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not in the discard, so he has 6 energy left if he's playing 15. We're gonna just have to Berserk here, though, just to make sure we don't get knocked. Because he has knockout on board, so he's like 1 Lysander away. With this play, he's still he's only 1 energy away from a knockout. So if he's got the 1 energy in hand, he's gonna win. He's probably going to win right here. 4 cards in hand, he definitely has a way of getting that energy. It looks like he's an EXP share, though. VS Seeker. I would not be surprised if he grabs a Sycamore here. If he realizes that he only needs 1 energy, he'll grab a Sycamore and just dump his whole hand. He has 6 energy left. He's in the Lysander? Why are you Lysandering? What are you doing? What are you doing? You should have just... He has a Sycamore in his discard pile, right? Oh, he does not. He does not. There he goes. Well played, sir. What could I have done differently there? The question. If you guys know how I could have won that one, let me know down in the comment section down below. Let me know how much of a scrub I am. That Sam Chan's deck, obviously he is a lot better, more proficient with the deck than I am. Obviously because he piloted to a 3rd place at North American Intercontinentals. Tomorrow we will be looking at Andrew Mahone Zoart list with the Turtonator. We'll be looking at that tomorrow. And then hopefully after that we only have 2 more decks left after that. We have the Greninja and then the deck that came first. We'll be doing the deck that came first last. Until next time, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.